In this corner, we have standing at 6'8" and 72 pounds, the green mean smashing machine. And in this corner, we have Max, who's like 5'6" on a good day, and probably like a healthy 150, I'm guessing. I don't know.
He's
The bit
healthy.
started out so strong.
No, it didn't.
So what do you guys want to talk about tonight?
Um,
Now, fuck that. We all saw it. We all have to talk about it. Benny Safdie won the Best Directing Award at Venice for this movie. Let's talk about The Smashing Machine. What'd you guys think?
it
But it
was kind
was
of a mess.
Jesus Christ.
I thought it was a bit of a boring mess.
It was so boring.
There was so much time between, and it felt like at points the which is it? What was the Bradley Cooper biopic? What was it called?
Maestro.
Maestro?
Maestro, yeah. It was kind of like
That was
Maestro.
longer though. That was like 2.5.
Well, it was more just it felt like a clip show. It felt like I was watching clips of someone's life and not like a clear narrative of something.
hmm
Um,
I think this also tried to go non-linear at one point too.
I have no idea.
I think it
I
jumped from
Oh,
99 to 97 and then to 99 again and then to 2000.
I don't know, man.
And then they put the real Mark Kerr in for the final scene.
That
yeah.
one I was just like, what are we doing here? I don't know. We're watching
Yeah.
him going shopping. Like, what the
And
hell is
then
going
mutter
on?
as he gets into his truck and drives
Yeah, I
off.
mean, what is he saying? He's like, were they just filming him without his permission? Where they're like, hey, we're gonna sneak up on Mark Kerr.
Yeah. I think this movie is an art house presentation of something that is very much not art house. And I think those ideals sort of clash with each other.
Yeah, I mean, it has aesthetic, but it doesn't have feel, you know?
There's no,
Um,
and credit where it's due. Dwayne Johnson, low bar, extremely low bar. I want to preface it by saying low bar for his performances.
okay, all
This
right.
is a career best for him.
Well, I kept seeing that, and I was like expecting
I
something different.
forgot how low the bar is for Dwayne
But
Johnson.
it's not clear to find. Like the thing is that they put on a bunch of prosthetics, and every time he was walking anywhere talking, it was like, "Wow, that's The Rock." I mean,
He
especially when he
did
did
walk
the.
exactly like The Rock walks in everything he
He has
does.
no physical acting skills. It's like, dude, change something. You cannot just do this. The guy is from Toledo, Ohio, and the guy is just talking like, "Oh, honey, I can't do that because of my tummy problems.
My tummy.
My tummy problems."
If he
He
said
sounded just
tummy
like The Rock
one
when
more
he said
time,
the tummy stuff. He's like, oh my God, that's something The Rock would say.
that
I
made
wonder if
me
that's an
cringe
ad lib.
so much in the theater.
Babe, I can't do that. My tummy. You know about my tummy.
Yeah, Doc, I'm having issues with this because of my tummy.
Yeah, yeah. Does he have something stronger? That won't hurt my tummy.
This is how you get addicted to painkillers, Mark.
I don't know. I mean, I thought he did fine. It's not like he did a bad job. It's just like he was The Rock. They put on a lot of prosthetics for him to act the exact same.
Yeah, I think part of the problem is that this didn't really ask him to do anything that was like all that interesting for him, right? I mean, it
Well,
Yeah.
was,
I mean, he could have put in like if there wasn't that much there, he could have put in a little more
yeah.
effort to get like a Midwest accent or something. I mean, the guy did not sound like The Rock at all.
Did
He's from
you
Toledo,
want
Ohio.
did you want The Rock to do a Midwest accent
I
though?
would like him if
Sure.
he wants to try to be a real actor, he should try and be a real actor. You know what I mean? You could go for an
Yeah.
affect. You don't need to copy the voice, but you got to do more than just talking like yourself and walking and basically doing every action like you. You just have prosthetics on and you're mimicking
Not
emotions.
not everybody can be Tom Hanks as Colonel Tom Parker.
Okay, but why don't you go get like Dave Bautista to go do this role or something?
Dude, Dave Bautista would have killed this role.
Yeah, like
Yeah, he
come
really would have.
on.
But also, like, I gotta be honest, Benny Safdie seems like he doesn't have a lot of the sauce. It's a little bit like the other Coen brother, the one we will not name.
No, it's the one that we have named twice when we've done his movies in the last year and a half.
Nope, we will not name him anymore.
Joel, please call Ethan. And while we're at it, Benny, call Josh. Marty Supreme is going to blow this away.
Yeah, I mean, probably because the bar is kind of low. Like, this feels like a cool movie, but it's just aesthetically. Like, the plot does not feel like it jives together. It cuts abruptly,
Yeah,
destroys a lot of the stuff. That's what made me think of Maestro, where they're cutting so much of the like narrative out by just skipping from the hard part to, oh, what's the resolution? I mean, there's no human dynamic there to see them possibly change. Like it just
yeah, we
goes from
don't
one thing to
see.
the next.
You're exactly right. We don't really see progression in any of these character arcs. If you could even call it that. Mark is kind of the same guy throughout. Even when he sobers up, he kind of like he's less prone to sort of mania,
Well, he's still a
but like
dick.
he's still an asshole. Yeah,
And the thing that bothers me is like the most, poignant things that happen. Like, oh, these two got married and for 6 years and had a child. It's like that comes in an epilogue, not an epilogue, a
it's just a stinger before the credits.
yeah, it comes as a like a narrative. God, I'm forgetting the word, but yeah, just
Postscript.
post postscript.
Yeah,
That wasn't the word I was looking for, but I'll take it.
it's apt. It works. Move on.
But
Yeah,
yeah, it's just at
I
the
think.
end, just tagged on. You don't see anything. Then we just see Mark Kerr at a damn grocery store.
I mean, it's not a biopic if we don't see text on the screen at the end with where they are now, right?
I guess so, but like, could you
Maybe
maybe?
show me something. Show
Yeah,
me, give me something. Because all I saw was a lot of like just stupid fights, which granted, you can have those. They're dramatic, but I don't know, man. It just felt like something. The sauce was just not there.
I think the sauce is there for Benny Safdie, the director, but
I don't know, man.
Benny Safdie, the writer, didn't really do much, like give Benny Safdie, the director, much to work with.
At a
It's a
certain point,
very weak script.
they're kind of one and the same. If he's an auteur filmmaker, both of them are. You have to take credit for both ends of the stick, and the direction is not there because the script is not there. I don't know. I
Do we
mean,
think Benny
basically,
Safdie was too distracted making Happy Gilmore 2 to give this his full undivided attention in the last year?
I feel like he was trying to give. I mean, I don't know. The best part of this movie is Emily Blunt, and
Yeah, I think
she
we could
had
have
any
called that going in.
prosthetics. She had no prosthetics. She just acted differently. I know it's really hard for some people to understand The Rock, but you don't actually need as much the prosthetics as you do the acting skill, the acumen
Hmm.
to change who you are on the screen. Emily Blunt did a great job. She put it on a nice accent, which is not necessary. I mean, it kind of is if you're doing a biopic. That's she's
Yeah,
British, so
she couldn't exactly be British English Emily Blunt, Mary Poppins ass Emily Blunt.
Marker, what are you doing, Marker? I wish I could
but
do
I
a
mean,
British
even the
accent.
guy that
What was
played
that, Ben?
Mark Coleman was
Max,
better.
shut up for a second. Let's hear Ben do that
George,
again.
No, it's fine. It's all right.
Sorry, Max, you were
I didn't
saying?
know how to, I don't know how to do a British woman.
Just think Julie Andrews and you'll get there.
I've never thought about trying to impersonate. Emily Blunt. Or impersonate. Do an impression of. Impressionate. No one's saying anything.
I don't
I
think impressionate
mean,
is a word.
I think we should. I,
We
I
can make it
second
one.
the word. I approve it.
All right, 205 episodes in, whatever this is, 204. New word added to pod lore.
Yeah.
It's good.
There you go.
Good to get new additions
We'll
here.
put
Adam Driver, friend of the pod. Josh Brolin's blood type. All right, I think I've hit all the hits.
uh
Um,
yeah, I don't know.
I
There's not
I will, speaking to the acting, no, The Rock can't act. I will get out in front of this, say no, he cannot act. He is
I
not
think we agreed
good
on
at it.
this. We did agree on this.
But I want to push a little bit further on what I said earlier about this being a career best because Ben, you talked about career defining, and I think there's a difference between career defining and career best
I
because
think
this
career
I
is
defining
this
might have been Black Adam because he like just for
that's
all the
there
wrong
were
that is
reasons.
what I was gonna say.
there were points in this movie where he was speaking really sternly, and I swear to God, he broke into the Black Adam voice. I swear to God.
It's like the Elvis voice coming out of Austin Butler.
Just the one
It's like
time
The
when he
Rock,
said
but it's a little
the
bit
one time in Caught Stealing where he
stronger.
goes, "Okay, mama."
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna keep doing that voice.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, career best, sure. Career defining was
and there
definitely Black
is,
Adam.
I think,
I
and
actually think his
when
career
people talk
best
about,
was Red One.
for a second, I thought you were talking about Red Notice, and I was gonna bring up Red One, and then I was like, wait a
Oh,
minute,
he's got yeah. I
they're not the
forgot he
same
did
movie.
Red
He's
movies.
collecting the reds.
He was not in the original Red though, or Red
No,
2.
he wasn't.
He's not old enough. Can't join the club.
No.
In 20 years though, Red 3 is all his. That's going to be his career defining movie.
More than Black Adam.
I think so.
Wait, he's just playing cards, red and black.
Oh God.
No, honestly, his best performance, in my opinion, before this movie,
Yes,
Hobbs and Shaw.
probably. It was in what?
I would say Hobbs and Shaw. Granted, I was
Oh my God.
I was extremely intoxicated when I watched
Oh
that
That
my
movie.
is
God, dude.
terrible.
I could not make it
No,
past
the game
the
plan.
20-minute mark.
Tooth Fairy, Jumanji, Welcome to
Um,
the Jungle.
Honestly,
But
probably that.
in all seriousness, though, there are moments in this film where I think a real actor might be in there. Not with physical acting, because like we've talked about just the way he walks and the way he carries himself. Just I'm not looking for anything there. He's always going to be The Rock. There are certain subtleties, even with the prosthetics, in his eyes and his facial expressions that I think carry the underlying sweetness to the man, Mark Kerr, but also the connection that Dwayne Johnson has with the character. I think this was a very personal undertaking for him, given his previous career, or present career. I don't know if he's still
I
doing
don't
wrestling stuff or
No,
no.
he's an
don't
actor.
think that he's done that in a
Well,
long time.
I mean that might be true, but like I hope he takes it to Moana, the live action version in 2026,
Hell
which is his
yeah.
next project, right? Like you can't he can't keep doing this to himself. If he wants to be taken seriously as an actor,
Well, he
you
can't.
can't be
The
doing
thing is,
that.
is that you're right, George. There are moments in this movie where he is genuinely giving a decent performance, but he can't actually grow as an actor if he just does not use those actor muscles.
Right. And this is, playing a mixed martial artist UFC fighter is a very comfortable niche for him to settle into for this role. Like, yeah, it was a challenge to take on a real life person and do something biographical, and I'll give him his plaudits for that. But this is not exactly a stretch for him to play a role like this. What we see
Yeah,
from like when people talk about wrestlers turned actors, usually the big three in modern conversation, modern film conversation, is Dwayne Johnson, Dave Bautista, and John Cena. What Dave Bautista has done really well in his career, and he's had some duds, sure. I don't think anybody loved Stuber
the hell
or
is
My
that?
Spy.
No, My Spy was funny.
Never saw it. Stuber was only okay. Um, but he's taking on roles like, and I'm not going to count Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not going to count Glass Onion. Um, but like he's taking on like Knock at the Cabin, something where he can be truly nuanced and try something new and
Yeah,
expand his range as an actor.
I'm
John
gonna.
Cena, John Cena, his name
Mhm.
is John Cena, play the theme
No,
music,
it's not.
has found a very, very tight but marketable and something that works for him in his niche, and that is action comedy. But I think he also is capable of delivering a dramatic performance, which he's done at several times during Peacemaker. Dwayne Johnson, he's got to find something like Batista where he can challenge himself. And I think this is a step in the right direction, but I think he just needs to go further if he really wants to, Max, like you said, establish himself as an actor, not just a wrestler turned actor. Because he's one of the biggest names in Hollywood. He's going to keep getting work. He's going to keep making these big blockbuster movies. Not all of them are going to be good. A
I
lot of
think
them are going to be really bad.
I'm gonna take back what I said. I don't actually think he could become a better actor. I think he's kind of plateaued. That's kind of the problem.
What makes you
Because you
think he's
see, you
plateaued?
mentioned Dave Bautista, and the thing about a lot of these guys, John Cena, you look at what they do in the stupidest of things, and you can see that they're better actors. That's the problem, is that they innately have a better knack for this. They can do it better. And you can see it in their more critical work. I mean, much more for like Dave Bautista. John Cena is doing Peacemaker, which is like it's hard to compare that to like a dramatic role or whatever. But he's really embraced that. I mean, it's not like you saw what he did with Black Adam. I mean, granted, the writing is much better in Peacemaker, everything is much better, but you can see who they are as actors much before they get a good script. You see somebody like Gary Oldman, or there's a million people. Jimmy Simpson has been good for since he got into Hollywood. He only gets like, dumb roles most of the time. There's something he's missing, which is just the acting acumen. He just does not have it. And this is the most poignant role that he could have possibly picked, being a former wrestler, being I don't know, able to take on the body and all that stuff, but it's just not there. Like his breakdowns are good. He can get angry, but it's everything in between. It's the little things that he cannot seem to do. Moving differently, talking a little bit differently, having a different perspective on the world for his character. He just does not seem to be able to inhabit another like person like some of these people
Yeah, and I think
at
that's what
all.
makes the talent differential and the screen presence differential so stark between him and Emily Blunt because they are scene partners every single time. Emily Blunt, with the exception of one scene where she's out to a meal with a friend, Emily Blunt's only scene partner in this movie, other than that scene, is Dwayne Johnson, and
Yeah.
she acts circles around him in every single one of those
And
scenes.
what it seems like also is he kind of seems to have taken he was a kind spoken, soft spoken sort of guy too much. Like, it doesn't matter who you are in tense moments like that. You should not be talking like that. I don't know why he's talking like that. Speak a little louder, like have a little bit more emotion. Don't be so closed off
Yeah, like the scene
on your
where
lines.
he's challenging the legality of all the knees to the head. He doesn't we don't see an escalation like you're talking about, Ben. He doesn't
Yeah,
take that emotion
it's
to the
like a
next
guy
level.
that's angry but is speaking really politely to everybody, which like yeah, people speak kindly about a lot of people. They're soft spoken, but everyone gets angry. That's the thing that annoys me about this performance. He can get mad sometimes, like by breaking things. He can get
He
sad
breaks
by
doors
crying.
twice.
Yeah, but it's
Hmm.
just like that's so simple. That's not even acting. That's props. Um, and I'm just missing something. You can see Emily Blunt's like range of emotion, where she's somewhat ticked off versus, really annoyed, really angry, really in love. Like there's just so much variable to a person, and he seems to inhabit one aspect of it, and then he gets mad or angry, or sorry, mad or sad.
Which are important emotions to be able to carry in the tool belt of
Yeah,
an
but those are
actor,
the
but
easiest. I mean,
those are
that
the
is
easiest.
always the thing. Like, yeah, it looks great. They're capturing emotion, but those are the easiest things to possibly portray. You can learn how to cry, you can learn how to wail, and you can learn how to be angry, yell, whatever. He didn't even learn how to yell, apparently. So he can't even do that very well.
I
I
mean,
mean, that's the problem.
I don't really remember other than like Get Smart. I can't really remember a time that Dwayne Johnson has yelled in a movie. He just talks very sternly a lot.
That's the thing. I mean, it's like he's still in the WWE. It's like he's saying everything louder or softer rather than having emotion. I mean, his the way that he naturally speaks is just so unnatural that when he gets to try to be a real actor and do a real person, it sounds so phony.
He also doesn't do himself any favors in the third act of the movie by shaving his head and just making him look like The Rock.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, dude,
What are we
what are you
doing here?
doing here? You got all these prosthetics, but I can clearly see The Rock, the mannerisms, everything. He's such a noticeable guy. He does the same thing in every movie. He never has changed his physical like walk, the way he moves. If you pay attention enough, you're just gonna know it's The Rock. I don't even need to look at his face. That's the problem more than anything. He talks like him, he walks like him, he is The Rock, and I cannot change the way that I see that. And that coupled with the ability not to display very, you know, good amount of emotion, I'm just it's just not like I mean it's a career best, I guess, but he had so much hair that he could have used, and he just seems to have chewed up none of it.
Yeah, on the junket, he talked about being able to connect with the character, one from knowing Mark Kerr just in his life and getting to chat with him about bringing him to life on screen. But two, being able to draw on those real life experience that he had in the ring for all those years. Um, so again, very very safe role to pick. I don't know if this was Safdie approaching him or $7 hiring Safdie. Like, was
I
this
don't
a
know,
Dwayne
man.
Johnson passion project?
It seems like it was probably it had to have been Dwayne brought it up to him and he was like, "Yeah, this seems good." Because I don't see how Benny Safdie would get into this story about a wrestler turned MMA fighter. I mean, he could have, I guess. His brother's doing one about, but his brother's doing a fictional thing. Like that makes more sense to me than a biopic. I just think
Granted,
biopics are weird for a lot of directors.
I think aesthetically what Benny Safdie does here works. I like the way that they, especially in the opening of the film, make it look like make what they shot for the film look like archival footage. I
So,
like the way
I mean,
that when they're talking to
I'll be honest,
reporters
that's
after fights, it sounds like documentary voiceover, or not
that's
voiceover,
that's
but
also
interviews.
that's also my problem is like they did a documentary on him called The Smashing Machine, and it covers a lot of this stuff. If you wanted a
It's this is
documentary,
this movie was based off of the documentary.
yeah, I mean,
That's what
if
the
you want a
source.
documentary, then watch the damn documentary that includes the
So
real people. I don't get it.
this film didn't really need to happen. I
Mm-mm.
think
No,
is the bottom line.
no, it didn't. I mean, it's good for Mark. I don't know. Some people say that he. I have no idea who he is as a person,
I went into
but
this
it's good that
movie,
the pioneers get their due. I mean, they put their bodies
yeah,
on the line for
absolutely.
the least rules ever, extremely dangerous. Um,
I went into
and
this movie knowing very little about the UFC and MMA. And I came out of this movie knowing very little about the UFC and MMA. I
yeah,
think, frankly, the movie wasn't made for an
it's
audience member like me. I think it's made for longtime fans, fans of Mark Kerr.
it. It's also you have to understand that this is like I mean, they mention at the end in their blurbs, today's fighters are all well known. But yeah, I mean, this is back in the days where like they literally got kicked out of the US for having too many rules. John McCain was one of the guys that tried to institute a lot of rules on MMA fighting. Um, and he succeeded. And a lot of people went over to Brazil and Japan to compete there. It took a while for people to get like UFC, and nowadays UFC has a lot of rules. Like kicks to the head are I forget what the rules are. There's a lot of things you can't do with the head. There's a lot of things you can't do just in general. I don't think elbows are allowed in some areas, but like they basically had to make it a lot safer. When he was fighting, this is like this is just a free for all. You basically could die.
Yeah, I
So
learned more. I learned more about it in your last 90 seconds, Ben, than I did in the movie.
yeah, they could have done
Yeah.
themselves a little bit of favors to introduce some of this stuff because he did fight in the UFC, and then they sort of pushed everyone out to Brazil and Japan because they just were sort of it was just not a lot of cable channels didn't like put it on their stuff. They didn't want anything to do with it. Which is why UFC now is like pay-per-view. You pay for it.
Also, you brought up the postscript where it says today's fighters are all like well known around the world. I don't follow it, so I don't know fighters' name. Like I don't follow hockey, but I know some big hockey players' names.
Well, I
I
mean,
know
it's
like
more
one or
niche.
two
Like
fighters.
you only know one or two tennis players or something like that, but they're well known if you get what I mean.
Yeah,
I
I don't
mean,
know. I just
this is a worldwide thing, right? So it's like
yeah,
you count all those fans and you put them together, and it's a hefty, hefty fan base. You get fighters from all over the world.
yeah.
I mean, a lot of people know Conor McGregor, right? Like, and some of these people are known for off the,
Former presidential candidate for the Republic of Ireland.
yeah, there he
Hmm.
is. But yeah, I don't know. There's a few of these guys. They hang around. Um,
And
but
once
bottom
again,
line is they get paid more. Like that's the biggest thing is that these people were fighting their like this tournament that was going to change everything was $200,000 versus a lot of people for just a regular fight get like millions of dollars. They're
inflation.
crazy.
Yep.
It's just more people. There was a huge market, but a lot of people didn't want to like get involved with that liability. Like if somebody died, that's not, you don't want to see that, you know. So cable channels, that was like out. So they did pay-per-view and they succeeded.
I'm learning so much.
And
Now
now
this
it's
is a,
coming to streaming.
yeah, this is
Yep.
a abridged
And
version.
and the South Lawn of the White House.
Also very true.
There used to be competing ones with like Dana White and somebody else, and he bought them out. I can't remember. If
Yep.
you want to look at the history, you can look up the history. It's kind of interesting, but the bottom line is this movie was all about Mark Kerr, and I didn't get very much out of Mark Kerr. which
Yep.
is kind of sad. Like he had a drug problem and then he didn't. He went to rehab and then he came back and he had a attitude problem and then he lost a fight and that's the end of the movie.
And it's 2 hours.
I thought we'd get like a relapse or something in there where there's some more, personal conflict.
No, no, you even get
Oh.
that moment where he's like, "Oh yeah, I just have some ex." I didn't understand a lot of
He
these scenes. Like,
uses it
why
to
are they
save
even
somebody
here?
else's life.
That is
No,
true.
he uses it to save his pain. He had a tendon issue, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna hurt like hell for an hour and a half." So he's Mark Kerr, genius that he is. He's like, "Wait a minute, I have some old like heroin or whatever in my
It'll take
locker." Let me
five
just
seconds.
grab that, ejects him, and then they have this little talk where it's like, "How did you fight on this?" And he's like, "I don't know." Then he throws it away, and there was 5 scenes in the or 5 minutes of the movie right there. Like, what am I getting out of this? These are wasted scenes.
I got
And he
almost
pops
nothing.
it up.
I got almost nothing out of the movie except when Emily Blunt was on screen.
Yeah. Everyone is just there's no emotion other than love. It's like I love you, man. And then there's slight like annoyance from a lot of people. Emily Blunt's the only one that's like legitimately angry
And
at any time.
she's not given anything to do for the first hour and a half of the movie.
No,
Yeah.
but I
She's
just
just
gotta
kind
think that
of there in most of her scenes, and then there's the big fight and she tries to kill herself.
The Rock like punches two doors and he just is like so casual about it. He's like, I'm angry, punch door. And then Emily Blunt, the one thing she broke with well, I guess not the one thing, but the like bowl or whatever. I felt that, it was like, yeah, that's an angry person. I did not feel that at all for any of the Rock's like angry moments.
No,
It's not
he's doing it
there.
because the script tells him to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't just do that. You can do it
So,
in WWE. Like that's the thing. That would work in WWE.
but this is an A24 film.
Or Red One. That would work in Red One.
It
Yeah,
didn't work in Red One though
when he's
either.
fighting
So
Krampus.
Krampus. Uh,
All right,
disappointing.
we've exhausted ourselves. We've exhausted our Dwayne Johnson references. We've
The tragic
exhausted.
thing is, I can't even do a Dwayne the Rock Johnson
All
impression.
you need to do is just I can't even do it, but like the eyebrow thing.
And then you need to do the pec thing where you move your pecs.
You
Can you
Do
do
that.
that?
I can do. I'm not going to do it on the pod because this is a family friendly channel. But
Oh, I
gotta
know.
pay for that. Sorry.
Mhm.
yeah, pay per view.
Links down below.
All right, check out the Smashing Machine if you want. There's other stuff like go see one battle after another again if you're going to
Yeah.
go to the theater.
Yeah,
Um,
honestly.
but the Smashing Machine is playing in movie theaters if you want to check it out. Form your own opinion. Let us know your thoughts down below, or hit us up on socials. Our socials are in the description as well. Next week we are doubling up. So you can expect a little bit of longer video next week. You can expect a little bit longer episode talking about two movies. One is based on real events, which I know Ben loves, talking about Tron Ares. Just kidding. Roofman. We're talking about Roofman and Tron Ares. So we're going to get our Channing Tatum fill. We're going to get our Jared Leto fill. It's going to be a
What
whole
do you
heck of a
think
lot
is
of
going to be the
fun.
better movie?
What?
What do you think is going to be the better movie?
I think I'm going to enjoy Roofman more. But I honestly could not tell you
Cop
right
out
now.
answer.
Based on trailers, I have no idea which one's going to be better.
Tron Ares is going to be better because it's got Nine Inch Nails as the soundtrack.
That's true.
Fair enough.
That's
I just want to point
all
out
right.
that I tried to take Tron Ares off the schedule a couple months ago, and Ben said, no, we have to do it. So that's why we're doubling up next week because
It
I
has
really
that
wanted to
cool
do Roofman.
soundtrack and sparkly lights. I mean, come on. The visual
It's
medium
Jared
too.
fucking Leto.
I know, and I hate that, but I'm hoping that they just put a mask on him for most of the time, and he doesn't speak.
They're not going to put a mask on Academy Award winner and Morbius Jared Leto.
True.
They did in the trailer. He had a mask on for like half the time.
And then the mask
And
comes
then they killed
off.
him.
And then he's back. All right.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
What do I usually say at the end of these? Support local movie theaters, ban AI in filmmaking, go see some good movies. We'll see you next week. Have a good night.
By a digital jazz man.
Good
The
night.
green means smashing machine, everyone. Good night.
Good night.